Social reach drops every year, on every platform, without exception. The algorithm decides how many of your followers actually see what you post, and that number gets smaller every time a platform needs to monetize more aggressively. Email is the one channel where that dynamic doesn't exist. You have someone's address, you send the email, it arrives. No algorithm between you and your audience. Here's what the data looks like in 2026. Email delivers $36 to $42 in return for every $1 spent, the highest ROI of any digital marketing channel, according to Litmus research. There are 4.73 billion email users globally, more than any social platform. 392 billion emails are sent daily, and that number is growing. Email is not dying. It's becoming more valuable as every other channel gets more expensive and less controllable. This video breaks down the three-step automated email system: welcome, nurture, convert, with real benchmark numbers, real templates, and the exact tools to build it. Let's start with why this matters more in 2026 than it ever has before. Let's talk about what's actually happening to your social media reach, because the numbers are worse than most people realize. Facebook organic reach in 2012 averaged around 16% of your followers. Today, it's approximately 2%, without paid promotion. That's not a glitch. That's the business model. Platforms monetize by making organic reach scarce and selling you back access to your own audience through ads. Instagram has followed the same trajectory. Algorithm changes between 2023 and 2025 cut organic reach by 30 to 50% for most accounts. TikTok averages 3 to 6% reach for a typical account without boosting. Now look at email. You send the email, the subscriber receives it. No platform takes a percentage. No algorithm decides if it's worth distributing today. You own the relationship completely. This is the owned versus rented distinction, and it matters more than most businesses understand. Followers are rented. You're building on someone else's land, under their rules, subject to their pricing decisions. An email list is owned. It lives in your database. It moves with you if you change platforms, and no company can cut your access to it. 50,000 followers without an email list is a genuinely fragile business position. One algorithm change and your reach disappears overnight. Your email list cannot be taken from you. Before building the system, let's establish what good performance actually looks like in 2026. Because most small businesses are either not doing email at all or measuring the wrong things. The average email open rate across 3.3 million campaigns and over 155,000 accounts is 42.35%. That's the 2026 benchmark from Genesis Growth Analysis. If you're sitting at 20% open rate and wondering if that's acceptable, it's below average. But averages mislead without context. Here's what the data shows by campaign type. Welcome emails, 83.6% average open rate, the highest of any email type. The moment someone gives you their email address, their intent to engage is at its peak. This is the most important email in your entire system. Abandoned cart emails for e-commerce, 50.5% open rate with a 3.33% conversion rate. The average closed deal rate on someone who already showed purchase intent is extraordinary. Automated email flows, the sequences we're building today, generate 37% of all email-driven sales, despite representing only 2% of total email volume, according to Litmus research. These are not blast emails. They're precision sequences that run automatically for every new subscriber. Revenue per email in the top 10% of accounts, 97 cents per recipient per send. Build a list of 10,000 people and a single well-crafted email generates close to $10,000. Here's the system. 3 emails, 1 automated sequence, runs without you. Email 1 is the welcome email, delivered on day 0, the moment someone subscribes. It delivers whatever you promised them, introduces who you are, and establishes what they can expect from you. Email 2 is the nurture email, sent on day 2 or 3. It educates, builds trust, and handles the objection that's most likely preventing them from buying. No selling, just value. Email 3 is the conversion email, sent on day 5 to 7. It makes a clear offer, supports it with social proof, and gives a single call to action. That's the entire system. Welcome, nurture, convert. Every new subscriber enters it automatically. Every subscriber who joined 3 months ago already went through it. You set it up once and it runs indefinitely. The reason this works isn't the technology, it's the logic. You're not selling to strangers. You're moving someone through a trust-building sequence at a pace they've implicitly agreed to by subscribing. By the time they receive the conversion email, they've seen your value twice and made a small commitment to engage with you. That context changes everything about conversion rate. Let's build each email concretely, starting with the most important one. Welcome email. Subject line: deliver the promise immediately. If someone subscribed to get your marketing checklist, the subject line is, "Here's your marketing checklist, ... That's it. No clever wordplay, no mystery. The fastest path from subscribe to delivered promise wins. Adding the subscriber's first name to the subject line increases open rate by 20 to 26%, according to Adobe and Campaign Monitor research. This is one of the easiest optimizations available, and most small businesses skip it. The structure of the email itself: one sentence of welcome. Deliver the resource or link immediately. 2 to 3 sentences about who you are and what you do. One key insight or piece of value, something they didn't expect, something useful. And a single soft call to action like, reply and tell me your biggest challenge with X. Length: 150 to 200 words. Welcome emails are read between other things. Keep them short. Timing: send immediately. Open rate declines with every hour of delay after subscription. Most email platforms let you trigger the welcome email the moment someone subscribes. Use that trigger. Critical rule: do not sell in email 1. The subscriber just met you. They gave you their email address for the resource, not for a sales pitch. The trust isn't built yet. Use this email to start the relationship correctly. Email 2, the nurture email. Sent 2 to 3 days after the welcome. The purpose of this email is to answer the objection your subscriber hasn't asked yet. Every person who hasn't bought from you yet has a reason. They're not sure your solution works for their specific situation. They've tried something similar before and it didn't work. They're not certain the investment is worth it. This email addresses one of those objections directly, without them having to voice it. Subject line approach: curiosity or value promise. Something like, the mistake most small businesses make with email marketing, or why your first 1,000 subscribers are the most important. The hook should stop them mid-scroll. Email structure: one sentence hook, name the problem they're experiencing, provide a genuine insight or piece of education that moves them closer to the solution, and make a soft bridge to what you offer. Not a pitch, just a mention. No hard call to action, no buy now button. The goal of this email is one thing: for the subscriber to finish reading and think, this person actually knows what they're talking about. The data behind this: automated emails have a click-through rate 152% higher than broadcast emails, according to Epsilon research. The automation isn't just convenience. It produces measurably better engagement because the timing is right and the sequence is logical. Email 3, the conversion email. Sent 5 to 7 days after the welcome. By the time your subscriber reaches this email, they've received their promised resource. They've received genuine value with no strings attached, and they've had several days to consider whether you're worth trusting. This is the moment to make the ask. Subject line: direct and clear. Ready to? Here's how, or the next step for. At this point, mystery is less effective than clarity. They know who you are. Get to the point. Structure: Briefly remind them of the problem you've been discussing. Present your solution clearly. Include one piece of social proof, a testimonial, a result, a case study sentence. Make a specific offer, one call to action button. If you have genuine urgency or scarcity, a limited enrollment, a time-sensitive bonus, mention it briefly at the bottom. The 1 CTA rule is not a suggestion. Every additional link or call to action in a conversion email reduces conversion rate. 1 email, 1 ask, 1 button. Revenue per automated email in the top 10% of performing accounts is 97 cents per recipient. On a 10,000-person list with a single well-built automation, that's close to $10,000 from 1 email. Transactional and automated emails generate 8 times higher open and click rates than promotional broadcasts, according to Experian data. Build the sequence once, let it run. In 2026, AI has moved from a feature to a genuine performance driver in email marketing, but only when applied to the right problems. Here's what actually moves metrics versus what sounds impressive in a product demo. Send time optimization. AI analyzes each subscriber's individual open history and delivers emails in the window when that specific person is most likely to open. Open rate improvement. 8 to 15%, according to GetResponse and Nasir 2026 data. This is not small. At scale, a 10% open rate lift on a 10,000-person list adds 1,000 additional opens per send. Subject line AI. Automatically tests subject line variants and routes traffic toward the higher performer. Combined with first-name personalization, this is one of the highest leverage optimizations available. Behavioral segmentation. Instead of one sequence for everyone, the system creates different paths based on actions. Subscriber opened the welcome email and clicked. They go down the engaged path with faster conversion offers. Subscriber didn't open in 5 days. They go down a re-engagement path with a different subject line and angle. Predictive segmentation, available in Klaviyo and Mailchimp. AI identifies subscribers showing purchase intent signals before they take explicit action. It surfaces the right offer at the right moment based on behavioral patterns. The data benchmark for what this compounds to? Segmented email campaigns generate 760% more revenue than non-segmented campaigns, according to Campaign Monitor research. That number is not a typo. Now let's talk about which platform to build this system on, because the tool decision matters more than most people realize, and the obvious choice is not always the right one. GetResponse at $49 a month for up to 10,000 contacts is the must-have for most small businesses. It includes AI send time prediction, full automation sequences, landing page builder, and a deliverability rate of 90.9%. The break-even math is clean. On a 10,000-person list, a 10% open rate lift from the AI send time feature adds 250 additional opens per send. At a 2% click-to-sale rate and a $50 average order value, that's $250 per campaign, covering the monthly subscription inside the first send of the month. 30-day free trial available. Link in the description. Klaviyo at $45 a month is the must-have specifically for e-commerce. Abandoned cart flows at 50.5% open rate and 3.33% conversion rate. Post-purchase sequences. Predictive segmentation for purchase intent. If you have an online store, this is the platform built for your use case. Mailchimp. This is the overrated option. The free plan dropped from 2,000 contacts to 250 contacts. Pricing scales faster than the feature improvement justifies. GetResponse delivers more for less at every tier. If you're currently on Mailchimp's free plan and approaching the limit, migrate before you're forced to. Beehive is worth mentioning for newsletter publishers specifically. Free up to 2,500 subscribers and includes an ad network that can generate revenue from your list directly. Here's what to do this week. First, download the email sequence template in the description. It's a Google Sheets document with the complete 3-email system, subject lines, structural frameworks, timing, and word count targets for each email. Fill it in for your business. The whole thing takes 2 to 3 hours. Second, set up the platform. GetResponse has a 30-day free trial, enough time to build your sequence, connect your lead magnet, and send your first automated email before you pay anything. Klaviyo has a free tier up to 250 contacts if you're starting from zero on e-commerce. Both links are in the description. Third, connect your lead magnet. Your welcome email delivers something of value: a checklist, a template, a guide. If you don't have one yet, the simplest version is a one-page PDF version of your best piece of advice. Create it this week and connect it to your email sign-up. The goal is one thing. By the end of this week, you have a 3-email automated sequence live and running. Every new subscriber who finds you from this point forward goes through a system that builds trust and makes an offer, automatically, without your involvement. That is the compounding asset that social media cannot give you. Build it once, let it run. This video is for educational purposes only. Email marketing results vary based on list quality, industry, offer, and execution. This is not professional marketing advice. Revenue and ROI statistics sourced from Litmus, GetResponse, Klaviyo, Campaign Monitor, and Genesis Growth, 2024-2026 data.